So, my dear Aries, you are now having a very special day. You getting sun and new moon in your sign, and you getting the spring equinox in your sign as well. So that means the sun has moved into Aries today. The moon is tonight in the new moon, in the zero in your sign. And today is the day where the day and the night are equal. And so this is extremely powerful, a day where you are going to really look at yourself and be like, what I'm going to do with this power. You are here the chief. You are here the person that is bringing empowerment to the people, and just be careful that you don't protect yourself under this metal, right? Because yes, you can be attacked by the people, but only if you attack them. It's always what's inside of you that's still not resolved that you getting maybe attacked, right? And so today is a very special day. You are able to see through the sun, the moon, and the moon doesn't get any light from you, so the moon is respectively in the subconscious in your feet. And so the head and the feet are now talking to each other, and you are learning what else is there in my subconscious, what else can I heal, and so actually move forward. The yoga position that I gave you is meditation, right? The lotus pose, Padmasana. You're sitting here and looking in all four directions because you are the card number 4. You are cardinal. You are beginning now the spring. And that's what's happening today. Today is the first day of spring. And that's why I gave you the bees, because you are the queen of wands, right? And so here you are sitting on your throne with your legs open, and here actually your legs open too. You're very sexual, and that's what it is right now, right? Everything is like, okay, now the offspring, now the next generation needs to be born and needs to be brought into this world. And so that's why I gave you here the bees as that structure, as a very beautiful, she is the queen bee, right? So you are the queen bee, and here you are looking deep within into the third eye and recognizing where the true power comes from. So you are ruled by Mars, which is of course the warrior, and you are the first house of self, right? And that's why your body part is your brain, and the only way to access the brain is through meditation, right? That's why I gave you the meditation. Now one more time here, the Queen of Wands, she is fire and water, and so you are able to hopefully unite here in the hexagram the masculine and the feminine trait, right? And you are looking into the right spinning path. He is looking straight at the camera. He is looking straight at you. And the right spinning path is the human path, and the left spinning path is the soul path. The right spinning path, I connect with the spin of the earth every 24 hours around its own axis. And then the left spinning path, I connect with the wobble, the earth thus, which is lasting 25,800 years, and it goes left spinning. That we divide through the 12 zodiac signs, and we get an age. Currently we're coming out of the age of Pisces, and we are going slowly into the age of Aquarius. So the hope, right, to find new rulership, to find new leadership into the human path, right, into that human nest that we are living here, and is upon us, right? And so I hope you are really feeling that. Back to your last reading, right? Because this is a path. It's not like, okay, the last reading, it's finished, it's over. It's kind of everything is connected in a circular way. And so last time you had Aries moon and Pisces sun, right? Highlighting the Aries moon. And the message there was, dear human, love your soul, said the soul, and thus love yourself. And you had twice the lovers and a breakthrough, a passionate breakthrough into a more modern version of what the lovers means, right? The lovers are the inner masculine and femininity that we hold all within us. And then, of course, when we have found that, we will find the partner that lives that as well. As long as we're still broken in a way within us, we will also attract a broken individual, right? So let's begin this reading. One more thing, if your birthday is between March 12th and April 9th, this is your court card. If not, look in the description below. You maybe have another court card that is more connected to you, because they're overlapping in a different way than the month. And I also have listed all the cards that I'm using today for this new moon reading of yours. So, on the position of the Fool comes the Queen of Cups, Cancer, and the soul energy that is speaking here to you. You can see how he's facing the left spinning cycle. Is about healing, true deep healing, because she is also water, because she's a queen. All queens are water, but her element is fire. She is water, right? And through the queen water, so she is even a deeper aspect of the healing that we can do. And your soul is literally saying, I gotta take that leap of faith. I gotta just fall down. Like, that's what the soul does. The soul comes down into a human body and lets itself just fall into this humanness that we are. Not only ness, but only mess, right? This human mess that we are living here, because here we have duality. Here we have diversity. Here we learn by accepting the masculine and the feminine. And you have that opportunity today, because you have Sun, which is masculine, and Moon, which is feminine, in your sign. So here is true healing speaking to you through a friend, maybe a Cancer friend, maybe another water sign friend, but also through yourself, recognizing that you are now responsible for your own health. And you can see she looks into the right spinning path and she looks over into the left spinning path. Then comes on the position of the Magician, a state of consciousness that is inspired by the foolish idea that you just had, thinking maybe I should change my diet, maybe I should exercise, maybe I should do certain things that makes me a little bit more conscious, right, within myself. I want to take care of my body. And you can see how she's holding her hands in front of her heart and she's closing her eyes. And there comes the card number 11, right, the Council. And here the Magician, which is the card number 1, is literally saying, yes, I gotta really look deep within myself. I gotta connect to that part within me that knows that healing is important now. Self-healing is the only way out, right? If I break a leg, of course I need a doctor who fixes that. But if I have a certain disease, look deep within, look into your heart. What is it there that wants to really talk to you? And this is what the Council is bringing to you. The Council is bringing here the light and the dark, the new moon, and you recognize that you are as the Aries in the sun, and of course the moon in Aries as well, now asked to be in your center, in your balance, and that's why an 11 portal is coming to you with the 1 here. So we have already 3 times, in a way, the 1, and that's to be empowered, to know that a higher consciousness is coming through you. Then, on the position of the High Priestess comes your intuition. That is recognizing the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is that fast, quick energy that is coming to you, right? And this is, of course, Mercury in Sagittarius. And it's really saying things are happening really fast. Action is wanted, Lord of Swiftness. And your intuition is literally letting you know what you have to do to heal yourself, right? What you have to do to become this empathic queen, to become this empathic role model, so that you can help others to heal. And you find it by closing your eyes and meditate. That's why you have the meditation card, right? That is your power to do whatever it is you need to be doing. And so active the wands, the 8 of Wands, because you also have a wand in your hand, right, is literally saying, we're gonna help you to bring you intuitive, the right people, the right action, and the right moments, so that you can heal yourself. Because on the position of the Empress, you have the Sun, that equal masculine, feminine connection. He is holding with his right hand her left hand, so they're connecting behind, they're crossing their arms and they're holding each other. And one foot is in the circle and the other one is on the circle of the flower, which is your consciousness, the circle of consciousness. She has 12 red rays and 12 yellow rays, which then calculated together is the 24-hour cycle. The earth spins around its own axis. And so you're giving birth to the Sun, to the card number 19. Then you get another 1, right, to this 1 here in this card. And you are recognizing with the 9 that you are knowing that deep within you have to come to a completion. You have to come to a I know myself, and the more I know myself, I will use the power of the Sun today that has moved in your sign. You are able to affect all 12 zodiac signs through this month. You are able to inspire them. And so it's your responsibility, because the number 4 is that responsibility to help all 12 zodiac signs to recognize the power from within. And then it creates a 10. And then we have here 11 and again a 10. Then this 3 times 1, right, is literally the power to be empowered through higher consciousness. And that's what's talking to you here in this new cycle, because this is a new month that is beginning. But in the astrological understanding, the year begins today. The new year begins. It's not beginning in the 1st of January. It's always beginning today when the Sun goes into your sign. And now it's beginning even on the spring equinox, right? The new year, the equal day, the equal night. This equality is extremely powerful and is influencing you very strongly. And the 8 is the 8 above the magician. It is that infinite knowledge that you know is now coming, right? So that you know that you have that power within. You have now understood what it's really all about. Wow. And then comes you, right? Your court card. Because until the Empress is a state of consciousness in your head, And now, what are you giving birth to? What kind of state of consciousness are you giving birth to as the Queen of Wands? And here comes the Ace of Cups. And it's really beautiful because you're getting here clearly 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 times the 1. And as the Queen of Cups, the cups is coming to you, is being presented to you, is saying, well, now all you can do is love yourself and thus love others as well, and recognize that all the things that you've done unto yourself, you will also do unto others. And so the last one, right, was already, dear human, love your soul, said the soul, and thus love yourself. And so it continues your path of self-love, of uniting yourself within yourself in the masculine and the feminine. This is something that brings deep, deep healing to you, right? Like here, the Cancer energy is letting you know, heal yourself, really heal yourself on a day like this. Meditate, look deep within in this darkness, but know in the darkness you will find the light, right? And you will find the action of what to do and how to do it, right? And then you will arrive, and now you even offered to give that love, that cup to others. And then comes on your position from the same deck the High Priestess. Then you arrive at a very powerful place, because the High Priestess is the one that is recognizing here on her position the 8, right? The infiniteness of duality, that everything is here to teach us something. And you see how she has a dark side and a light side in her physicalness. It's almost half of the card, right? Here is the moon, and you are recognizing who you truly are. And actually you are now learning that you are a High Priestess, that you are now ruling just on a different level when you are looking deep within into the third eye. And you see how she's also having her eyes half closed. She's just looking a little bit out of her eyes, right? But she's also knowing intuitive is now the place to become an intuitive healer, an intuition for others, helping them to also then heal themselves. And then you're getting a third card from this deck, because I have no opposite card, right, that is working on you. You have 3 times here a message coming through this deck. And now what comes on the position one more time of you, or let's say the moon, which is also in your sign, right? The 10 of Pentacles. And then you get another 1. It's like crazy, right? So you have here 11, and then you have the sun. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 1. And then you can talk about how you healed yourself, how you brought yourself in a place of, I am empowering myself by listening to my intuition, because my intuition decides between black and white, right and left, masculine and feminine. And when I unite them into the 1, then I get really the 10 of Pentacles, which is then here speaking to you Mercury in Virgo. And Mercury in Virgo is that number 9, is the Hermit, is that completion within. But you're already in the next level, you're in the 10, and you are creating the new year. And this is what it is, right? You're creating a new year because you are understanding that now the new year begins today, on this day. And you are getting rich with physical richness, but also emotional richness, the intuition. You are really being empowered here, strongly empowered here to see that you have now the communication, because 5 times 1 is the throat chakra, and you can talk about your tests and your difficulties, everything that you went through to get where you are right now, right? And then you get an oracle card on the position of the moon, which is here the number 62, the will-o'-the-wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. And this is where the new moon comes in and says, well, I am dark today, and this is what I am. You usually only recognize me when I'm highlighted by the sun. And today the sun is not highlighting me. The sun is in your sign, and the moon is in your sign. So today I'm respectively the darkness, and I am giving you just a little bit of light, and I am giving you now the treasures that are hidden in the dark, in the shadows. And you see here with this feminine energy, which is then here the blue skirt, right, that you, when you look deep within into your meditation, when are you going into the Queen of Cups, which is water and water, which is very feminine, but her right foot has a red shoe, right? And she knows still how to take action. She's a queen. So here you are now, asked to go into your self-love and using with your intuition the knowledge that you have so far to find self-love. Intuition is bringing the self-love, and then calculated together is the 8. And the 8 is again that infinite potential, that loop of inhale and exhale. And here you have the 8 of Wands, right? Here is Mercury in Sagittarius, but also here is Mercury in Virgo, right? So Mercury, the communication planet that brings the information of the higher consciousness down to you, is helping you to see deep within this new moon. I hope you are doing a meditation tonight and connect with this moment. It's very important, right? You still have time tomorrow, because then the moon is moving into Taurus on Wednesday. So here you are, recognizing the empowerment that is coming to you. And on the position of the sun, which is in your sign as well, right, comes here the number 33, the purity and the ice and the horse that is coming from here, the sun, this little child sitting on the sun, and you have the sun. But here in this card there is no horse. There's this unity between the male and the female, and they're standing here in this circle. And what I see here is that this white horse is just giving you the power to like recognize something, that you don't need to search for anything anymore. You can rest now in the new moon, at the same time be active in the sun in your sign, because I feel this is what this is literally saying here. You are getting on the position of the sun, your sign, which is of course now in your position, right? And you have the new moon in your sign as well. So here you go deep down in your meditation and see the new moon. At the same time, you're also going actively out, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to sit here anymore on this throne. I'm going to sit on a horse. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go. I'm going to be action oriented, because I like that. And that's what the sun is bringing to you. That what the sun is bringing you through this horse. And you're going to go out there and you're going to be doing today both being active and at the same time also being passive. And this is the power here through the 33, the 3, 2 times 3 portal. Very powerful, right? You are recognizing that here something is speaking to you like, wow, the sun and the new moon in your sign. So here you are, able to really be active and passive at the same time. And then on the position of the world, the last card, right, you get the 8 of voices. And of course, that's the 8 of Swords. And this is the number 3, right? The 21 card, which then calculated together is the 3. But first, the 1, you have the Council on the position of the Magician. You have on the position of the High Priestess the 8, right? That action that you want to take, and that will help you always. When you take action and you are sitting there and you're like, oh my God, these thoughts are going through my head and they are bringing me deep into the dark, deep into the new moon, into the shadow world, and I don't really like to be down there, but you are recognizing that the 8 that is on the position of the High Priestess is helping you then to counterbalance these thoughts, because the 8 actions are going to help you to come out. And so the 1 and the 2 here in the 21, right, is then creating the 3. And what's on the 3? On the Empress, you are getting the Sun, the equality, the 10, the 1 and the 9, but also the 10, right? And so here you're recognizing that there are the streams of light, of consciousness shining up into the sun, and in the dark, in that feminine, in that love, in that Queen of Cups, you find your calling, you find your work. And look at this right now, you see the opposite colors here. This is so fascinating. I see now her upper top, and here she's low below, and her lower part, and here it's the same color. Isn't this fascinating? Look at this. This is crazy. This is like, wow. You recognize now that, yes, this is so clearly speaking to you, that you can unite the energies and that you can heal something through the 8 of Swords, which is Jupiter in Gemini. And then you see how she's looking over at her and she's like, I gotta heal that. Now you know why the healing card came up, why the Queen of Cups came up. You gotta heal this type of thinking. You gotta heal this type of thinking with this, with active doing good things, with recognizing that the High Priestess is here, is in the center of all the 9 cards, and is giving you the power to be in both worlds active, in the spiritual, in the light, and in the dark, and seeing the healing here through the 8-8 portal. 2 times 8 is being creative in the infinite loop of coming and going, the infinite loop of you now recognizing that, yes, I am able to be in the light and in the dark, in my feet and in my head, and I can bring the message to the people. I am a leader. I am strong. And I am just perfect the way I am. Wow, what a beautiful message. And again, I really never know what's happening when they lie there. And it's interesting, it's only when I put them in the camera and I see them in the video, I'm like recognizing the soul energy of the cards, right? Like here, when I look at them from here, I see the humanness of the cards, and here I see the soul energy, even though I read it from left to right, right? Because today it's a left to right reading. And so I hope I see you in the next reading, because then you are getting the Sun in Taurus, which is, of course, then the financial situation is speaking here very strongly to you, right? And of course, the institution that are then sometimes controlling this amount of money, right? And I wish you, of course, a beautiful new moon and sun in your sign, celebration and meditation on the day of the spring equinox. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.